so jumping straight back into this, as we're doing this bit on the last video, all this bit here, this bar, and getting this all cleaned up. So what I've sort of just discovered in further inspection, I've got to cut this very close to the bottom of this floor pan here. As you can see, I've put this marks in here already where the permanent marker is. I've just noticed this one is different, as you can see up there. That is completely different to that bit there. As it comes in, that stays straight along here. So that's why I'm going to go as close as I can to this floor, and then I can replace these bits here and that bit after, and then I can keep this bit here in this corner, so I can keep that level, and then it's just a matter of getting this corner right over here. Obviously that bolt's in there, I'll put that jig, so that's not a problem. So we can get all that leveled up and stuff. So the bottom is obviously still good. This is good. This is the same bit as that bit, obviously you can see here, but it's been welded up over bits of metal and stuff like that. So it's going to be a bit of a mission. So what we'll do is, like I say, get this cut out here, and then we'll get that other one in, get that one cut, and try and manipulate that bit with this. Might have to cut it a little bit and bring that bit out, and so yeah, I'm not looking forward to it, but we'll just have to crack on, I think, and get it done. But I would have liked to have got a 16 valve one. Like I say, I can't find any, not at the moment anyway, so maybe the plan will change as we carry on. But like I say, we're going to get this cut now, get that all chopped out, and then we can go from there, and then come back and show you the great fun I'm having. So let's go.
So there you go. As you can see there, it's quite rusty in here. Probably going to have to replace this edge here. I've started getting these dents out underneath, and that bit there's got to come out, push it through a little bit to make that nice. Get all this cleaned up, trim the rest of this. Don't want to take too much of this off yet because it's quite flimsy here until I get this back bit down here made. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Next I'm going to take a template from the other side with some frog tape like I used to do, and then I'll spin it round and hopefully get this shape all nice. Also cut this so then that fits in there. Still got to repair some of this round here. I think I've got to sort of flatten this bit here to make that one the same. I really thought these were the same, these floor pans, but they're quite a little bit different. Not too much of a problem because I'm only using this part of the pan. I'm going to cut all this off all the way along. I've got to bring this bit in here to bring that out, and so I'll show you as we go along. As you can see there, it comes out here, but I'll place this and bring this bit out. So yeah, sort of getting there. So what we'll do now, like I say, get the frog tape on that side, then we'll make this panel up and get this lip on. I think they'd get this bit in first before I start messing about getting it all cut and butt and welded up and getting myself involved. Right, so we'll crack on. Let's go. So now I've done this bit all with frog tape, so now what I'm going to do is bring it over here and place it on this metal, and then I'm going to get this bit cut out and make this lip to fit on this side. But I'll probably leave this bit here straight, and then once I get it in I can start then cutting it and bending it up in shape to get that upper bit in the corner, because obviously that bit's completely gone. So that's the plan. I don't know how if it's going to work or not, but we'll see. I'm going to have to bend this, get the metal bender out and bend them bits. And also I have been cleaning this up down here and it has been coming up alright, so I might get away with just cutting this corner out and replacing this bit here, and there's another bit there that needs to be cut out. So I hope it won't be as bad, but that's the plan anyway. There's another bit there that's gone through. There's a little gap, I don't know if you can just see it down there. Look. It needs doing as well. So if I can keep that sort of half intact, or maybe just cut the quarter of it out, I'll be happy. And then I've only got to do this front floor pan. But yes, we've got no floor pan at all in that side now, so we're doing well. So anyway, let's crack on and get this bit done, and then what we'll do is I will make sort of 2 of these templates, just in case the other one needs doing. So that's the plan, so let's go. So I'm going to explain why I'm using a car amp for this bit. What I'm going to do, what I've cut out on the passenger side. So obviously I'm going to flip it round like that. So now that becomes the front, and so we can then start sort of bending this very bottom blip, getting the curve in here, both sides. And you're probably wondering why I've got a car ramp. I want to get a nice straight, like real fine edge on this panel. Get this clamped on here, and then I can start just knocking it down. But what I'm going to do to get this straight across here, I'm going to put a couple little pilot holes, little tiny drill holes in here, so I can see where the other end of this is, and then I ain't got to mess about too much. Then clamp it all, start bending it, and I can start bending these bits around here, getting that bit, and then I can start getting it in the car. And yeah, it's quite exciting stuff. So yeah, I'm going to use this. Don't know how it's going to work. I might have to clamp that down on there and stop it moving around, but we'll give it a go. But yeah, that's why I'm using it. So a bit weird, I know, but I'm just going to try it. You've got to try things, haven't you? I haven't really got any different metals. I say, look, that's what I'm talking about, the roundness. That once you get that bend in there, too much of a rounded edge. So I want a nice sharp edge across that bit, you see, so it fits in there nice. So that's what I'm going to try and do anyway. So we'll see how we get on. Let's do it. So this is where I'm sort of going with it. I'm going to weld these little slits back up when I've got it all in shape. They're starting to take shape. I mean, it's pretty good. I'll show you whereabouts it's going to be going on this side. So I spun it round. So I've done the template on that side there. I spun it round. It's going to go in there like that. Once I've done this bit, so that'll come over a bit more inside there. And then obviously this bit, I can cut this bit along here now. Then I can sort of bend it up because it comes up, sort of comes up here and then comes round. So I can get this bit bent round, and then we can sort of get it in place. But I don't think I'm going to come up this way, not as far as this. I think I'll just come up to about here, cut this out,
and replace that bit, but we'll see how bad it is anyway once we cut out and stuff. So we'll carry on doing this bit now, and let's go. So there you go, that's really starting to take shape, this side here. As you see, I've cut it at the bottom there. So what we're going to do is get these sort of welded up, these bits here, and the little pilot holes I put in there as well. So that will sort of sit on top of that panel there. So as you can see on this side, I've still got to cut a little bit of this away to bend that shape to get that lip on there. Not too far away from it, but yeah, it's getting there. So I'll show you in the car where we're going to be putting that. So that then will sit inside there, like so. That's almost there really, to be honest. That's just a matter of getting that shape right. Yeah, it's almost there, look, as you can see. But getting that other bit all spot on and getting that cut out as well, that's going to make a lot of difference. But I've still got to get the floor panel cut in and nice. So I've still got to repair this bit here. You see this crack here, and yeah, I've still got a bit to do there. I've still got to sort of bend this bit out a bit more, flatten that off. But yeah, still, like I said, there's still a bit more to do on this panel before I even start sort of getting in there. But I mean, this bit here, as you can see, sits on top of this little bit of panel here. So it's getting that bit right and nice as well. And like I say, I've still got to get this cleaned up as well. So yeah, I want to get this sort of tacked in, so I'm in there and I'm sort of in the right place. I can measure these bits. That's the bottom of the old bit, so I know it's going to be close to this. That's why I've still kept that bit in there, and I've got this bit to go by as well, so it sits against this panel here, as you can see down there. But I've cleaned all this up and took that extra bit off, and it's just getting that welded up in there. So now in the right place, make sure it all fits nice, and then we'll take the panel back out and start welding this up and getting it all in, and then we can get that panel in, the floor pan in. So that is the end of the video. Thank you very much for coming back. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Get yourself involved, and I'll see you next time.